Imagine this. Dawn is still hours away. Thick darkness surrounds you. A cold wind cuts across your face. A thin layer of fog hangs over the endless grasslands stretching into the distance. But there are no houses here, no roads, no police, no hospitals, no strong walls to keep you safe. And then two glowing eyes stare at you from behind the bushes. It's not a human, it's a predator. A predator far stronger, faster, and more dangerous than you. Maybe a giant cave lion, or a terrifying bear, or a pack of wolves silently tracking your every move through the darkness. Now ask yourself a question. If you had no gun, no modern weapon, and no safe shelter, could you survive even 1 week? Yet our ancestors didn't survive for just a week. They survived in that world for thousands of years. Around 50,000 years ago, humans were not the most powerful creatures on Earth. We couldn't run the fastest. We didn't have sharp teeth like lions. We didn't have claws like bears. We didn't have the strength of elephants. The truth is, in nature's eyes, humans were weak. A lion could easily catch us. A bear could kill us in seconds. Even a leopard was a far better hunter than we were. And yet, today, humans rule the planet. And lions, bears, and other large predators fear us. How did that happen? The answer lies in one of the most incredible stories in human history. Our ancestors' greatest strength wasn't their muscles, their greatest strength was working together. Imagine a small group of about 20 people moving across the vast plains of Africa. There are men, women, children, alone. Any one of them could become prey. But together, they became a force that even the most powerful predators struggled to challenge. When a lion attacks a deer, the deer runs. But when a lion approached a group of humans, the humans stood together. They shouted, they threw stones, they built fires, and they faced the danger as a team. That was what made humans different from other animals. Slowly, humans learned that strength wasn't everything. Sometimes intelligence could defeat strength, and that was when history began to change. Archaeologists have found evidence suggesting that ancient humans used stone-tipped spears hundreds of thousands of years ago. These weapons were nothing like modern guns, but they gave humans a major advantage. For the first time, people could attack dangerous animals without getting too close. But spears alone were not the reason for humanity's success. The real secret was something else: knowledge. At night, people gathered around the fire, and elders passed their experiences on to the next generation, where the lions hunted, which rivers were filled with crocodiles, which seasons brought food shortages, which paths were safest to travel. This knowledge was passed down from generation to generation, and each new generation became wiser than the last. Little by little, humans learned how to understand fear and control it. But there was one thing that changed human history forever: fire. Fire was not just warmth, it was protection. It was light. It was life. When a fire burned in the darkness, the area around it became safer. Many predators feared fire. Lions and wolves often avoided getting too close to open flames. For the first time, humans could feel relatively safe even at night. But nature's greatest challenges were still ahead. Because humans were not only facing lions and bears, they shared the world with creatures that seem like monsters from a fantasy story today. Giant mammoths, saber-toothed cats, massive bison. Now imagine standing face to face with a giant woolly mammoth. It stands nearly 14 feet tall. It weighs several tons. Its tusks are longer than a human being. If it charged at you just once, there would be almost no chance of escape. And yet, amazingly, Our ancestors hunted these enormous creatures. How? Were they stronger than mammoths? No, they were smarter. Archaeological research suggests that ancient hunters did not defeat large animals through brute force. They used strategy. They guided animals toward places where escape was difficult, steep cliffs, marshy terrain, or narrow pathways. Then the entire group worked together to attack. It was not a battle of strength, it was a victory of strategy. That was the quality that separated humans from other animals. Most predators act according to instinct alone, but humans can imagine the future, make plans, and adapt to changing circumstances. That was our greatest advantage. But hunting alone was not enough to survive. Ancient humans also had to avoid becoming prey themselves. They learned how to read footprints. They learned to recognize animal calls. They learned to understand the signs of the wilderness: a broken branch, fresh tracks in the soil, birds suddenly taking flight. Any of these signs could indicate the presence of a dangerous predator nearby. Over time, humans became experts at reading nature. Then slowly, an extraordinary shift took place. The animals that once hunted humans began to fear humans instead, because humans had become more organized, more intelligent, and more capable than ever before. Generation after generation, they improved their tools. They improved their shelters. They improved their strategies, and gradually, they spread from Africa across the entire world: Europe, Asia, Australia, and eventually the Americas. In every new land, they encountered new predators, new dangers, new challenges. But each time, humans adapted. Today, when we see a lion in a zoo or watch a bear in a documentary, we often forget that these animals were once among our greatest enemies. Every day was a battle for our ancestors. Every morning was a victory. Every night was a test. But they never gave up. They fought, they learned, and they kept moving forward. And that is why we are here today. The truth is that the foundation of human civilization was not built by guns, machines, or modern technology. It was built by fire, courage, teamwork, and above all, the human mind. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment below. If you had to face one dangerous creature from the ancient world, which would scare you the most? A lion, a bear, or a mammoth? And don't forget to subscribe for more fascinating, mysterious, and historical stories like this one.